Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Big Lou podcast. My name is Big Lou. I'm an independent musician, born and raised in the Caribbean, but now I'm based in London, Ontario, Canada. In August of 2019, at 28 years old, without any experience in the music world, I decided to become a rapper. And since then, I've had some really incredible opportunities and I've learned a lot of valuable lessons along the way. I am growing Big Lou as big as possible as an independent artist. And on this podcast, I share stories about my journey, insights into the Canadian music industry, and whatever else I feel like discussing with whomever else I feel like discussing because it is my podcast, damn it. So if you like what you're hearing, please go ahead and subscribe. I'm currently trying to get to 500 subscribers. Let's jump in. Story time, episode number 21, how I threw my own show for the first time. This was a little bit of a wild story. Um Actually, also in the last episode, I didn't ask, but what you guys think of this new layout? I'm gonna be flirting or playing with different layouts to see what I like. Right now, I feel a little bit covered by the microphone. I don't know. I don't know. Does the quality sound good? Does the video look good? Let me know in the comments below before we go any further. Now that I'm comfy though, in this episode, we're gonna be talking about how I threw my first show. Um, this is back in 2022, November 5th. I will never forget that day. November 5th, 2022 is the day that I threw my first headlining show where I didn't open for anybody. There's actually nobody opening before me either. It was just me performing. And why I did it that way is because I just wanted to see what it was like throwing a show, and that's not true at all. The reason I did it is because someone who had a venue, I won't be saying names, first and foremost because it was so long ago I don't actually remember. Um, but secondly, I wouldn't want to disrespect them um openly. But they reached out to me and they're like, "Hey, we're interested in having you headline a show in our space." I thought this was absolutely amazing, considering I'd recently released my first single. Um, so I was buzzing off of that high, and making some connections within the city, doing a little bit of performances here and there at tiny opportunities for performances on the side of the road, whatever. But just to build the experience, I had zero experience doing any of that. And I really needed to generate more experience and confidence on the stage. Um, with the microphone in my hand in front of people, all of that kind of stuff. And I have a lot more development to do. Don't get me wrong. But I was at the stage there where I was quite new, and um, um, so new that I didn't even throw my own show yet. And I was very excited at the fact that someone wanted me to headline my own show in their space, and they were gonna help me, facilitate the logistics, help me organize the things that I didn't know. As I've mentioned in previous episodes, I talk about the space being critical, um, and they play obviously a big role in the experience. So I was very, very excited. Also, at this time, I wasn't living in St. Martin. This is just as COVID was beginning to wrap up. So I was actually in St. Martin for an indefinite amount of time. Um, but I had plans to to go to London for I think about a 6 week period, 6 to 8 week period to do some stuff, handle some business, and then go back to St. Martin as winter was kicking in because I don't really got to describe why I was time. But it was a lot of mixed feelings. Um, anyway, back to the performance. Um, So I'm in St. Martin, getting things planned from a distance, relying on the venue, promoting it, getting people, excited about it. I had a Facebook event. I was messaging people directly, DM. I find that's the best approach. Um, it's a more personal touch when you actually reach out to people in their message because it doesn't feel like, I don't know, talking to the masses. It feels like you're talking to them. But don't spam them either. The delicate balance is. Um, But I was doing all of that, just to get as many people out as possible. I think I was aiming for about 50 people, which, believe it or not, is a challenge. Even today is a challenge. Um, but we were able to execute on it. Before that even happens, though, it was a Tuesday. The event is on a Saturday. November 5th was a Saturday. And on Tuesday, I get a text from the hosts from the venue saying, everybody, everybody has COVID. And so we're going to have to cancel the show. Keep in mind, I flew in from St. Martin to do this show, obviously, to do other things as well. But I was here to perform for my first headlining show, which was I was very, very, very excited about. I was telling some of my friends and family in the area about it, so that they could be there. Coworkers from past jobs, whatever, whatever, people to be there. And then boom, all of a sudden it got canceled, and I am now less than 5 days away from my first quote unquote headlining show with no venue. Stress, stress. But it's okay. We figured it out. I ended up calling. I don't remember now how many different spaces. Aren't there aren't very many spaces in London, to be honest. But I tried calling the spaces that I could, and I got through with one. I think primarily because of my roommate at the time. He had a close relationship with the owner at Delilah's. It used to be the Frog in London. Um, anyway, he has a relationship with him, and we are able to find a room upstairs that was available for Saturday night. Finding a space with less than 5 days that's on a Saturday night, very, very, very challenging. But we were able to pull it off, and get there. Day of, I had my friend Cynthia. She helped me out, helped me set up, helped me set up the room, make sure that the space was prepared. And she was also performing with me for a couple of songs as well. Uh, Surprise to a lot of people, which was always fun. I like to keep people on their toes whenever they come out to a big loop performance. But she was there from day one for that performance, and we still performed together. She came with me to a couple of different events, and and I was able to fill out the room. Funny thing about that is that most of the people that said they were coming, on Facebook at least, didn't show up, and then a whole different group showed up to still fill the room. So that was a whole psychological roller coaster. But I just want to share that because it does happen. You can't entirely rely on people saying that they're gonna come. Sometimes things happen. How many times have you said that you're gonna go to a thing and then you just don't? So don't hold anyone like accountable for that. Don't be upset with them. Just present the opportunity for them to show up, show out, to support if they can, and if not, do it again for the love of what we're doing here. Don't be upset with people if they don't come out, because it's gonna happen. Even people who want to come out will not come out sometimes because something happens. So just be prepared for that. Uh, but we were still able to fill out the room, which was super super cool. I've performed many times after that to very empty rooms. So you're gonna have bigger rooms, smaller audiences, bigger audiences, smaller audiences. That happened probably for your entire career, um, depending on what you're doing. Anyway, the day of, um, after setting things up, was pretty good. I was so stressed. We didn't eat it all, but the venue actually provided us some food too. So all of the people that came out had some free dinner. I had merch that I'd ordered. I'd ordered way too much merch, and I put it on a table behind me on the stage. So people were able to buy some of that after, which was incredibly exciting for me. I would recommend doing that. If you want to talk about merch, let me know in the comments, and we can get into how I would recommend it. I'm actually wearing a piece of merch right now. This one I made online, and I ordered it recently. I don't. I'll be honest, I don't know if I like it so much, but it's a nice sweater, so I'm wearing it, and it is. I love the logo too. I just don't like how I designed it. I didn't design the logo. I'm saying how I designed it on this piece of clothing. I love the logo itself, but that said, if you want to talk a little bit more about merch, whether online or in person, let me know. I'm also learning a little bit more about CD duplication, which I'm finding very fascinating. I think there's going to be a resurgence in CDs. I was looking over there because that's where my CDs. Um, I think there's going to be a research in terms of physical products, and collectibles, uh, and consuming music outside of your traditional streaming platforms. I don't think streaming is gonna, you know, die. I just think people are also gonna value different experiences outside of streaming to consume, and to feel part of a tribe, part of a community, part of a crew. So CDs is one way of doing that. Merchandise way of doing that. Part of CD, of course, but also the things that you do and how you do them and how you live them forms community. Um, so be mindful of all of that as well. And that's pretty much what we were doing, to be honest, since day one, nurturing the crowd, making sure that people were as best taken care of as we could, given the things that we knew, given the things that we were aware of, and giving the things that we could do. Uh, um, but by the end of the night, I mean, everyone was super happy. I would say it was a very successful night. Things happened that like changed my life, and I'm so grateful for that first show. So grateful for those event organizers that got COVID and had to cancel less than 5 days before the event. So grateful for the team came together that helped me execute on this event. So grateful for the people that came out, supported. It changed a lot. I mean, as I talk about it, but I promise you, like, I mean, you're scared if you're nervous if people aren't gonna come, if you're nervous to get up on stage to talk about or to share your art, the things that have been so vulnerable to you. I would only recommend that you do it. Step into that fear because what happens after is very magical, and I feel like this got a little preachy or took a turn, but it hit me on an emotional wave because I don't know. I've doubted. I was nervous as shit doing that. You're really putting yourself out there and taking a leap of faith, and a lot of people think you're absolutely crazy for it. You are. Don't don't not believe that you are a little crazy. Like we need to be a little crazy to do the things that we're set out to do. And something else that helps keep me going is a quote that I heard. I might not say it properly, but it doesn't matter if other people don't understand your vision. It's not their vision. They're not supposed to. Once you make your vision, build your vision, then they can see. I added that piece. It's I don't know if it's poetic, but you know what I'm saying. Once you've done your thing, then they can be like, "Oh wow, look at that. That came out of nowhere." But you know, we know. Um, so yeah, do the thing. Do the thing that scares you. Um, throw your own show. If you're looking for any kind of advice, reach out. Reach out. It's worth putting yourself out on the line to see what could happen. Hey, thank you so much for rocking with us until the very end. It does mean so much that you were here with us. Want to take this time to invite you to share any experiences that you may have with today's topic, or any questions that you may have. If you even send us a video, send me a video of your question, I may include it in the video, which would be dope. Thank you though for staying until the end. If you haven't yet subscribed, I would really appreciate that gesture. Just go ahead, click that button. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. It's my next goal, and it would really help me grow my business to the next level. Something else that you can do is just share this with a friend. It really goes a long way, and it helps me not rely entirely on the algorithm. That's it. That's everything for now, though. My name is Big Lou. This is the Big Lou Podcast, and I hope to see you in real life real soon. Peace.